Welcome to another episode of CrossTalk. My name is Kevin Tocci, and I'm going to be your host for the next 30 minutes. Now, what we like to do with this particular program, there's an idea behind it, and what we do is we try to talk about some of the things that are going on in the community. It could be politics, could be local races and elections, town meeting, events, just to get to know people. Today, we're going to do something that we've done before. It's not new, but we're going to talk with some folks from the theater company over at Massasoit Community College, the Brockton campus. And we have Keion Lugay.
Yes.
And we have Tricia McGrath. And they're here to talk a little bit about Raisin in the Sun, and we get to know a little bit about them as well. So we'll start with Keion. Keion is the lead actor, or one of the lead actors, in the upcoming show, Raisin in the Sun. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Keion.
Well, obviously, you said my name, Keion Javon Lugay,
Yeah.
and I'm 23 years old. I've been in Brockton, Massasoit since 2012, and I've been in theater since 2012 at Brockton, Massasoit. And I've just been, been taking theater classes like over the years and just been there.
Okay. What do you like about, well, we'll start with the college. What do you like about the college, and what attracted you to doing theater?
I mean, what I like about the college, obviously, is freedom. You're not in high school anymore. You don't need to, you got to get in class at this time. And it's cool. I like being in college. And then, what was the other question? I'm sorry.
Well, theater. What drew you to theater?
What drew me to theater was, well, I've been in theater a very long time. I've been in this play called Stop the Violence play, and it was in 6th grade, and I only played a part where I get punched, and then I push the kid, and then I get shot, and that was it.
Really?
And then
So you had to see where you died.
pretty much, yeah. I didn't want to, but yeah. But I was in that, and then I fast forward all the way to high school. I took drama classes and all that stuff, and I was just taking classes. And then to Brockton, Massasoit, I've been taking theater classes with Corinne Mason, who happens to be the director of Raisin in the Sun. Great teacher, by the way. So
Wait. Are you working a grade here? Huh? Are you working a grade here?
Sounded like a shameless plug to
No,
me.
I'm kidding. Nah.
It's all good.
knows me.
Corinne has been here before,
Yes,
and
yeah.
I would give Corinne a thumbs up as
you
well.
should.
Yeah,
As
yeah,
you
yeah,
should.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I've been taking her classes since 2013, and
Oh, so you're a repeat offender then.
yeah, exactly.
What is it about Corinne? What is it about her style that you enjoy as a professor?
Well, Corinne is weird, and I like weirdness.
I was going to say
and-
unique.
Yeah, well, that too. You know what I mean?
Hey, it's his thesaurus. Let him.
Yeah, she's great. She's obviously great at what she does. She obviously knows of her students. She actually cares about her students, and cares about her students' like drive and well-beings and all that stuff. That's why students at the Massasoit can relate to her so much, because we can have an easy connection with Corinne.
All right. Let's hear a little bit about you, Tricia. You are, I believe, in this upcoming production, you are the assistant director.
I am.
You're also, from what I understand, you live within the Whitman-Hanson Community Access viewership area. So
Yes.
that's the second. But tell us a little bit about yourself.
I am pretty much born and raised in Hanson.
Okay.
I've grown up in Hanson pretty much most of my life, in and out, and I'm back now. I started Massasoit in 2000, and I just recently went back to finish up. I'm trying to think what else. I'm also a mom and a chef. Usually, I've been in a lot of productions.
I was waiting for you to say that
I was
because
gonna say, yeah.
I'm waiting. I'm like, okay, there's a hook here because you don't just become an assistant director without knowing some of the nuances of being on stage or being backstage, being a stage manager or being a part of community theater. So I mean, what's your interest in theater?
My interest in theater. I started with theater when I was 6 years old. Singing, dancing, theater, primarily on stage. I wanted to be an actress. As I got older, that has definitely changed. I've stage managed, I've props managed, I've done a lot of set building and painting. But as far as recent shows, last year I did 5 shows where I was on the stage.
Wow.
Yeah. Just last semester I did 3 at the same time, including the student production of Macbeth, another show with another company, Massasoit Theatre Works, and the Christmas production of A Miracle on 34th Street.
My goodness.
So.
Busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk to us about being a part of the show. I mean, initially being cast, because it isn't a matter where they go, you, and you. No, it's a matter of you got to go and try out, and hopefully, whatever role you're trying out for, whoever's directing or whoever has, a role in that production will say, yeah, that person is a good fit. What was it like for you, Keion?
Well, when I got the part, I don't want to be extra confident, but I knew I was going to get it.
Why is that?
I knew it because, like, well, I've been reading Raisin in the Sun, like, since, like, elementary school. I've kind of forgot about the play, but I never forgot Walter Lee Younger. Because, like, Walter Lee was just, like, that character that really, and, like, he had that drive and that, that attitude that that relates so much to me, And then fast forward to, like, community college, she comes with this script saying that, yeah, she's gonna do Raisin in the Sun and all this stuff, and I'm like, word, I'm gonna do this. I'm definitely gonna, I begged her for the script, and she finally gave me the script, and I read it over. I read all of it, and I knew I wanted to be Walter Lee, and then I went to auditions, and then I did my thing. I knew I was gonna get it again, but I didn't think, like, I thought there was gonna be other people, like, coming through with this, so I thought I was gonna have competition.
There was gonna be competition,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah,
Obviously
I thought
not.
I mean, Walter Lee Younger is a iconic character.
Talk to me, Pete. There are people out there who may not have seen the movie or may not have seen the theater, the theater adaptation of it. They may not know. If you were to give a description, depict this character, what type of an individual is this individual? Is he a no-nonsense kind of a person? Is he a person who's passive? I mean, give us your description.
My perspective on Walter Lee is that Walter Lee, he's definitely, again, a person that has a drive, and he has a goal, and he wants to accomplish that goal by any means necessary. You know what I mean? But he also is finding himself on the midst of him finding his goal. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he has to, like, he has these obstacles with himself. Like he's just where he has times where he's goofing off. He has times where he's like has impulsive moments, and all this is like making him into like a man. He has to like become a man.
He grows.
He
sees growth.
Yeah.
The word conflicted popped up right away when I think about Walter.
Yeah.
Give your thoughts on a production like Raisin in the Sun, and I'm going to stop just for half a second, just for folks who are just tuning in. We are talking about Massasoit's production upcoming on March 9th, 10th, and 11th. Now there are 4 shows. You go, wait, there's only 3 dates. Hold off. So the 9th and 10th, that's Thursday and Friday, that's at 8 p.m. On Saturday, the 11th, it's 3 p.m. and 8 p.m. Now, check the website to see if I'm correct, but I believe on Saturday there's going to be a talk-back portion at the end of the show where there'll be a conversation, and I believe that the folks who are on stage will talk, and it'll be a discussion about the show and reflect on, how it is, folks saw up on stage, how it is what we're living in the modern times, modern day. Give me your thoughts on a production like Raisin in the Sun.
A Raisin in the Sun has become so special to me, not just because it's timely, but it's also timeless. I think it relates to so many different types of people. I think it's easy to pigeonhole it as a certain kind of play or for a certain audience, and it's really not. There's so many lines in the show that I just I'm underlining in the script because they mean so much to me. About loving people even at their worst, and just so many life lessons that you get from, especially a character like Mama character, Walter's mother. Just a lot of wisdom, but it's something that's timely and timeless. It's about family and the conflicts that we all have in our natural families. Everybody has a family, and they have big dreams and that they want to accomplish, but it's not as easy as that, Right. We all struggle. So.
Being somebody who's a veteran like you are, and like you are, Keion, talk to me about the growth, watching a production from the inception, from where you're doing the blocking, and you got all these people who may be coming together for the first time, and they're getting to know each other, and they're understanding what each scene is about, and watching the growth. And someone like a Keion who, loves the particular character, and may, as you watch him grow into him, maybe even transform the character into something that's his very own. What's that like as a veteran of community theater?
I mean, every production it's so mind-blowing. You think that after, I don't know how many years, 20-something years, you think that it would get stale or boring or the same old, and it never does. I mean, every production is something new. And being in the role that I am as assistant director, this is my first time in this role, it's really beautiful. It's like I get to be an audience member every rehearsal, so it's like I get to watch free theater. But besides that, you also get to help people think about an interpretation that they hadn't thought about, or maybe explain to them maybe what the writer was doing, and then watching someone like Keion, who, when he came into the audition, I mean, he felt he was going to get the role for a reason. He really had the essence of Walter Lee Younger, because he did, it did inspire him, and he related to the role. Yeah. But you have also grown so much from that audition and where you're at now. You know what I mean? Even some things you do them completely differently. And it's been so amazing to watch you. I have cried a couple times during some of his speeches. That is for sure.
Careful, you don't want your makeup to run.
I know.
No, I know. It's okay, I'm going to Lord too.
Okay, all right. Talk to me about, again, you've talked about, this is something that you're a young guy, you're 23, but you have in high school, you did theater. Here you are, you're in community college, and you're somebody who's been doing it and studying it. How has it evolved for you over time to where you are at this particular time, and watching what goes on when it comes to community theater, and not just how you learn your lines, how you interact with other actors, but also see how other things come together, because there are other things that are going on in the background. You got sets going up. You're going up to see Jen Spagone, get together your costume or whatever you're going to be wearing during the show. What has it been like for you to see that process?
Like, to see things like that is like, you just have to like appreciate the fact that you were chosen to do something like this, and it's a blessing to have to experience things like this, because this is like, again, this is like my first time actually being like responsible for a play. You know what I'm saying? And like sixth grade, that was just like an extra thing.
You died.
But yeah, exactly. That was it. And then and then this play, it's like, oh, Keion Lugay is this, and it's like, wow. It's like, now you have to like have a responsibility.
A big piece of the puzzle.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
People are depending on you.
Depending on you, and also like you watch like Walter Lee Younger, how all these actors play, like Denzel Washington, Danny Glover, like these legendary actors, right? And they put in their own flavor with Walter, and that made me was like, yes, I'm going to do this. This is my responsibility.
Now, are you leaning towards either one of those actors and their style, as far as, or is there?
Well, I look at them and I just study. I'm not doing.
No, what I'm saying though is I don't know if you've had a chance to see them, portray certain roles, and you go, hey, this is how I'd want to portray this particular role, and you go.
That's every time. Yeah, I watch a lot of movies on the actors you just mentioned,
right,
and other actors too, and I like to study their mannerisms, and you know what I mean, the way they laugh, the way they like hold a cigarette or something like that, like just little things that make me inspired to like, have like those type of things that I want to do,
right.
Yeah.
So when you hear someone like Keion and him talking passionately about studying, those actors, at a plateau where I think if you're in a particular industry, there are those people that you strive for. There are benchmarks that you strive for.
Yeah.
Hearing Keion talk about, some of the things that he studies, give me your thoughts as somebody who is, grown in doing theater, and like you said, this is the first time you kind of watch, like you're getting a free run through every time.
Yeah. For myself, I really love the teaching aspect involved here too. But the funny thing is as much as I think that I'm teaching other people, I am being taught.
You're learning too.
Every time. Even from someone who may be completely green and doing this for the first time, they're looking at it with a fresh view. You may have a conditioned theater response to the way something should be, and then you see this person who comes out at a left field with a totally new view, and it just blows your mind, As for other actors, I mean, I think a lot of us do obviously study other actors and,
want to emulate them and
Yeah. I try not to generally go into a role thinking like, oh, I'm going to do this. And I think most actors don't. Like, I'm going to be Denzel this time, But you can be like, oh, well, when he's a little bit more subtle with his anger, I'm going to emulate that, I'm going to bring that to this role. So I think we all just bring our own personal stuff. And we don't always know what we're going to bring to the role, right? Sometimes the role brings stuff out of you that you don't even know you have. I think you can definitely attest to that, right? Yeah.
Exactly. That's...
Please share.
Yeah.
What? Wait. Just repeat that question.
Well, I was saying, as far as what she was saying, as to where a role can tend to bring something out of you. Would you say that's true? That
is,
at least doing this role, it's
that's 100.
Brought a little bit of awareness out of you, or brought something out of you in regards to the role itself.
That is 100% true. Like I feel like this character can help you like learn things about yourself that you didn't know about. Like, yeah, you can do all these other things. Like you can, things like that. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but like it does help you. Like being in the character does help you like help yourself.
Okay. How has it been going? Here we are. We're a couple of weeks out from the show. How are you feeling as far as how fluid are you with interacting with other actors, when it comes time for your scenes? What's that like, and who are some of the people that you really have bonded with during this particular show as you're getting ready, leading up to the curtain going up?
I basically bonded with everyone because everyone, you have to be a good vibe, especially when the director is Corinne Mason. And Corinne Mason is like, you're gonna have everyone with the same energy, right? So you need to, when you like in a room with people that are so free and so unique and so talented, it forces you to be the same thing, if not like better or higher, or like it's just a good like scene to be around people that have the same like dream and the same like goals, like that want better for you and better for everyone else. It's just good.
Corinne has this amazing ability to cast people who not only are they talented, or maybe they don't even know how talented they are, but they just seem to really bond really well. She seems to pick people that maybe they don't even know it, but somehow they really do have the same energy. And I've never seen a show that she's done where everybody didn't end in tears because they're going to miss each other so much.
Because it becomes like a family, right?
Exactly.
It's a big family.
I mean, every show in theater, I think, almost does, and some more than others. And in some shows, you get, maybe two different families within the show. Yep. Especially with these shows where there's not a huge cast. This one has a little bit more. But when we did Face Forward last year, which was a student production, there was 7 of us, 6 of us, 7 of us, and we are all still best friends. And a lot of them are involved in this show as well. So she just really has an amazing ability of attracting these people with this lovely energy, very accepting, and very motivated and driven.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I would ask you, being somebody who's worked with your share of directors,
Yeah.
what are some of the things that you as an assistant director have taken from those directors, and it's something that you make sure you try to share with, if it's you kind of watching over a particular scene, that you make sure, whether it's diction or attention to detail, or if somebody is they're not tight on their lines and they're still.
This is a tough one because I've worked with so many really talented directors. I feel like I've been really, really lucky. I've never been in a show where wow, I really hated that director. So from Corinne, she has such an openness. The thing that I learned a lot from her is choice. Corinne will always give people choices and let them make strong acting choices for themselves. Yeah, which is not all directors do that. They tell you exactly where they want you to go with it. And she gives choice. From other directors I've worked with, obviously diction, keeping your energy up, matching the energy to the people that you're on stage with.
Right.
Yeah, not dropping lines at the end of them. That's, those are kind of like building blocks. Trying to think of other stuff that I've gotten from other people. People like Michael Pevsner and Nathan Fogg. I really have gotten a chance to work with wonderful people. So
Excellent. I'm going to build off of something that Tricia just mentioned, and that is Corinne giving individuals choices. Have you had that opportunity? Has she given you choices?
She's definitely.
And if you could describe the choice.
Well, I wouldn't say it was like choices, but she would tell me it was pretty much just blocking. She would tell me to do she want me to be on point with the blocking, which is understandable. But as far as saying things and all that stuff, she'll put a few pointers here and there, but most of the time she lets us have our own way with the character, because we can't, you can't do the same thing that the other person did when he played that character,
Okay. And just again, I want to remind folks, this is a show that'll be going up on starting March 9th. 4 shows, the 9th and 10th, it's at 8 p.m. Again, this is at the Buckley Performing Arts Center, the Brockton campus of Massasoit Community College, right off of Route 27. I would say across from Christo's, but it's not there.
the spirit of Christos is still there.
Spirit of Christo's, called a parking lot, is there. Now on the 11th, there are 2 shows. It'll be the 3rd. It's a matinee. It'll be at 3 p.m. And then at 8 p.m. I don't know. I said the 3rd for some reason. No, 3 o'clock and 8 o'clock. And I believe that night there will be a talk back. We get a couple of minutes left here. Give me your thoughts on having something like that being a part of the show. You get a chance to talk about that particular, talk about the show, how it relates to modern days. Keion?
It feels good to actually connect with the audience after the show and tell them more about it and what's like going on and stuff like that. And it makes people that haven't heard of Raisin in the Sun, which is crazy because Raisin in the Sun is like a most classic play.
Right.
Iconic. Yeah.
You know? So anyhow, like it's like when you like tell somebody about something that they don't know about and then they get more interested because they saw the play itself. It's like, oh, all right, I'm about to go read this book or I'm about to go look more videos and movies, and you know, it's good telling people about it.
How about you? Your thoughts on, now, you may not have the pleasure of being on stage like Keion, but you are also a building block as to this particular show and probably going to be out there as well as part of the folks who are putting this together. Your thoughts on having this aspect added to a live theater show?
I've been involved in a number of talkbacks now.
Okay.
It's funny because some people are like, oh, talkback. They get kind of nervous because they don't have scripted lines. I actually really love it. I'm not afraid of talking.
We're no shrinking violet.
Yeah, no, I'm not. But no, I really love the connection with the audience, seeing what they come up with. Sometimes you don't know what's going through their brain and how they reacted to certain things. And sometimes they'll react to something that you weren't expecting to get a reaction from. And also, during the process, we learn so much. We do a lot of studying. We had a dramaturg for Raisin in the Sun. Her name was Allie Madden. She printed us all packets about A Raisin in the Sun, Lorraine Hansberry, the timing. So that was something I learned a lot about. I spoke to Professor Ellen Kelly, who, she knew a lot about the show specifically. Lorraine Hansberry was one of her heroes. She was around at the time when it came out. So, but yeah, and to share that with the audience too, so that they get a lot of the backstory, and to get our own backstory and how it related to us and what hit us and why we acted in a certain way or, directed in a certain way or anything like that.
We got less than 2 minutes left. Keion, you have a chance right now for a couple of seconds to cast the baited hook to see if you can get folks to come on down to this fantastic show that's going to hit the stage on March 9th.
All right.
Camera right there.
Oh, here he goes.
Hi, I'm Keion Lugay, and I'm going to be playing Walter Lee Younger. You don't want to miss this play. It's going to be an iconic play. It's going to be a major play. It's going to be a classical play. It's going to be a funny play. It's going to be a crying play. You got to see it. And the story is great. The people are great. The environment's great. Come see it. Raisin in the Sun. Keion Javon.
Great. That's what I would say. 508-427-1234. Go to massasoit.edu/box office. And again, tickets are it's worth the price. And you have to, if you go to Boston, you usually have to pay to park.
I was going to say free parking.
Free parking. So if you get a chance, get out, see the program. And I want to thank you very much for checking out CrossTalk. Please go check out Raisin in the Sun. Until next time, have a great day.